Hi everyone, it's Brian. It's time for your daily vitamin. It's February 6th. We all have so much to be excited for today, especially with the new spring product launch. Everybody is eagerly awaiting that line, so I'm not quite sure you're going to need lots of inspiration for today, but this is going to help you going forward. As new consultants, when they first sign on to this business, it's a daunting task when you talk about creating a system, creating, some form of daily routine that seems to work for them. All about the numbers game, the 3-2-1. All of this could get very confusing for new consultants. So I just want to kind of throw out there a system that I created a long time ago when I first started my business that really has simplified my life. Basically, it keeps me from getting overwhelmed with everything, and it really has created kind of a one-stop system for me to function through my daily business. Basically, it's called the 31 Days to Success. I know that number itself could be daunting, but it's a very simple tickler file. Excuse me, I'm a bit kind of congested and sick. I've been sick all weekend. But it's a simple file that helps you to maintain doing your business one day at a time. Okay? Sometimes when we look at that big pile on our desk, we get overwhelmed. Where do we start? How do we do this? How do we stay organized? What if I miss this call? What if I miss that call? But basically, if you have a system like this in place, it's a real simple process, okay? All I do is I took a file drawer in my cabinet. Now, if you don't have a file drawer, you can get a box, a regular file box, okay? And basically, inside that file box, you're going to have 31 hanging files. And you're going to date them 1 through 31. Obviously, each file represents the day of the month, okay? And then in front of that file, or those files, I have some basic files that help me to run my day-to-day business. I am now, this section up here, you can fill it with whatever you want. That's entirely up to you. But this key with the files really should be the one you're focusing on, okay? And then each file, I have a big green, you can buy any color you want, you can put a notepad in there, whatever you want, a basic green paper that shows me what I have to do that's not specific to that day, and I'll get into that in a minute, okay? But in front of that, here we go. I have my mailing labels, my consultant mailing labels, and then regular mailing labels. So when I'm doing mailings of things that are not necessarily business orientated, I have a file in here that says outside orders count. This form here goes in every one of my host packets and catalog shows. Okay, and then in front of that, I have a host coaching, various host coaching checklists that I use. You may have your own. If you don't, just let me know. Send a message to this video, and I'll be more than happy to post that out there for you. Okay? And then I have my door prize slips, host information sheets, customer thank you letters, and then I have all my recruiting information, recruiting leads, things of that nature. And then in front of that, all I have is two sets of monthly tabs dated January through December. The first set is basically follow-ups. So somebody, you may be out and about or at a show and somebody says, yeah, contact me in March. So you put their information sheet in the March folder, and then basically you'll pull that out. The second set is really just for host and guest specials. So I put one in each month according to the file. Okay. So here's how this basic file falls into place. Okay? First and foremost, on these little notes, I'll put things like create host packets, send out thank you letters, label catalogs, things that I know I have to do, but are not date specific. Okay? And then, here's a perfect example. Okay? I have a show that I'm working with the host. I use the host coaching checklist, which is kind of in there. And the last time we spoke, I had indicated to her that I would call her on the 6th. So in essence, this folder went into the 6th. So I'm going to pull that out. And it just so happens to be these are 2 additional ones that I also mentioned that I'm going to be calling them today. So they went in the 6th. So here's how this whole thing works out. Here we are on the 6th. So I would go into the folder, into the file, pull out the 6th, and this goes on my desk. Ultimately, I don't deal with anything from the 7th, the 8th, the 9th, and forward until I've completed everything in the 6th. Now, the great part about this system is this works well even if you do your business by phone, which I really don't. I'm sorry, guys. I'm old-fashioned. I do it mostly by computer and by my office phone, but I know a lot of people are out and about and they're doing their business by their cell phone. So you take this folder with you wherever you go, and this is really the only thing you focus on. So now let's just say I call this one host. We chat. I end the conversation by saying, okay, great, I'll follow up with you on the 8th. So this one particular folder will actually go from the 6th, and I put it in the 8th. Okay? So now on the 8th, I'm going to, same thing, I'm going to pull this folder out, everything that's in there. I actually focus on working just that day. Now, once the day is complete, by all means, you can continue on to another day and another day. But the secret is to just take the folder, put the notes on it, and put it in the appropriate folder for the day that you're going to now follow up with that person. It's a real simple system. And I'll tell you this, having a simple system, for me, and I know for a lot of you out there, you need to kind of get organized. This keeps me organized. I sure hope it'll keep you organized and simplify your process so that you don't let this business overwhelm you. We sometimes find our biggest defeats when we don't know where to start. Having a kind of a go-to place to start and being able to take that go-to place with you wherever you go is really the key fundamental basics to actually accomplishing all the things you need to do that day. So, I hope this has helped a little bit and showed you how to get a little bit organized. If you have any questions about this, just feel free to contact me. But hopefully a system like this will help you one day at a time to be successful. Okay? Thanks, guys.